friend to all probing all Foxmaker Mark. That should be your catchphrase. Hey, what's up? Welcome, guys. How we doing today? Good morning. Welcome in. I spilt some coffee, so that's why I'm a little bit late. Well, welcome in. Good morning. I see Mark's here. Good morning, Mark. Voxmaker Mark. Mark Maker Vox. And Jayon. Huh? Welcome, Jayona. Good evening from Bangkok. So today we're finishing up our puzzle, and we have a Care Bear giveaway. So that'll be fun. That's going to be closer to the end of the stream. We'll have one race around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so that's in 50-ish minutes. And then the final race will be at 10 o'clock, right at the end of the stream. So, where we are beginning today is with our little puzzle we started, where we're picking up these magical jugs, and we're going to be bringing them to other jugs, such as this 8 full one, and we're going to be kind of like separating them. It's going to be a share your water type of puzzle, so it should be fun to recreate. And that's what we were working on yesterday. So we're just picking it right up from there. But I got my coffee. We're good to go. Hot stuff. Yeah, welcome in, everybody. OG Shakespeare's here.
The party starts now.
The party starts now. Welcome in, OG. Welcome, Raiders. I see we've got Yokes on You, Escape Room Artist, Toddle Hill, Fred and Ferd. Welcome in, everybody. OG.
him.
Thank you very much. One Boxed, what's up, dude? One Boxed, I don't think you noticed. We added your suggestion.
You can do it.
And I put your name on it. Carachos is here, what's up? Sup, hey Maxie. How's it going? G-Wiz, good morning. Blue Tulip, what's up? Welcome in, everybody. OG, how was your stream? We're picking up where we left off yesterday with the pouring water into another cup puzzle. So we should try and find that Wikipedia page just for reference. Let me see if I can find it in my history. It's the water puzzle. Water pouring puzzle. Cool. Great. Found it. Panda Pops, good morning to you. What's up? I guess it's a good afternoon. Excited for some D&D if we can manage it, Panda.
Potato.
VVV.
VVV. Hey, Vvox, what's up? Good morning to you. Hell yeah, baby, says One Box. Noble-RK, what's up, dude? Welcome. Oh, OG, how are the new experiences? Which one's your favorite? We're going to be working in the Game Maker. We're making this puzzle. So this is the puzzle that we're recreating. It's called the Water Pouring Puzzle.
Vox Machina.
Of
Vox
course,
Machina.
Vox Machina's done something like this.
Hey, what's up, Vox? Mr. Machina. How you doing? So the Water Jug Puzzle. It's a class of puzzles involving a finite collection of water jugs that have a capacity. So the way these puzzles work is you pour out until you max
Amazing. Voxel artist. Boop, 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 boop.
into the other jug. So let's say you pour into the 3, you're going to have a full 3 cup, and then you have a 5 cup in the 8. You pour the 5 into the 5, you now have a 0 cup 8 and a full 5 and a full 3. So the idea here is we want a even amount. There's no way out. And so this particular puzzle, we want the first and second jugs to both contain 4 units. So we're basically pouring the cups into each other until we have the 4 and the 4. So I think that makes sense. A morning greeting, yeah. It's a Twitch thing, Vox Machina. But welcome in, everybody. Yeah, this is the Carachos. I completely agree with that. Oh, V sharing her morning greetings. Thank you. Here, you guys fight to the death real quick. So the way this standard puzzle works is, here's the premier example. So you pour the 8 into the 5, you have 3. Then you pour the 5 into the 3, and you have a 2. And it keeps going and going until you get the 4. And so this is going to be a difficult puzzle to recreate. And so we started on it yesterday. And I basically set up all the messages we should need. So we'll hopefully be able to, you know, make it by the end of the stream. That's the hope. And it might be a little bit boring to watch, but to make up for it, at 9 o'clock, so in less than 45 minutes, we're doing a marbles race. And at the end of the stream, so around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to have the final marble race for our Care Bear giveaway. And so I decided to give away one of our green Care Bears. So stay tuned. Alright, let's switch gears here. I want some Animal Crossing in my life. Okay, so where we left off was I made the final kind of portion to the puzzle where it's detecting the 4 cups. So basically, when I have the correct answer, it now understands. So these are these 2 cups that we made, the 8-4 and the 5-4. So we can see here, if I were to put the correct ones,
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
we get the quest completed message. That's what we're working towards. And so now we got to do all that in-between math. Hey, Halfd0rk, what's up? Good morning. You won another one. No big deal. Another one. So another thing we're going to have to do is make all the presets. Toss. Sup. What's up, dude? So presets meaning each of our cups. And each of the cups requires a certain message to destroy it and spawn the next version. So let's say this is the 8.8. So this is the 8 cup filled all the way. Now I need to find the detector associated with it. And so this is spawn.8.8 minus 3. So that allows us to detect the 8.8 cup on this side of our puzzle. And when it does, it's going to not only absorb the water, so it's going to make our 3 cup maxed out at 3, but we also need to spawn over here the 8 cup. So I think I need a couple more messages. So for example, in this area, we're probably going to require more spawn messages. So this is going to be all of our 5s, I think. Yeah, so we have the 8s, the 5s, and the 3s. Well, let's get into it. This is going to be frustrating, to say the least. Setup of controllers looks like a motherboard? Oh, I see what you're saying. With all these detectors. So, because this is the 8 jug, that means, and it's the 8.8 full jug, the only two things that would kill it are those messages. So the 8.8, which I don't think is correct. So my new question is it possible to have an 8.8 filled cup? No. I think we're good. So the only way to have an 8.8 is if this is at 3 or empty, and this is at 5 or empty. Right? That's the only reason you'll ever have the 8.8. I swear, this is going to get worse. And I apologize. Love your brain, escape room artist? Well, right now, brain is still waking up. Hi, DJ. Welcome in. 97A, happy day after Thanksgiving to you, too. Hope everybody had a nice turkey day. Okay, so we have the 8.8. So we're going to make our way working down, and we're just going to make all the presets. So I'll go ahead and duplicate it. Because we made the preset, I can delete the old one. This will be 8.7 minus 3. And 8.7 minus 5. And then we can take the filled text here and append it to this one. This will be the 7 filled. Make sure we have the correct tag. And then we save it. Delete that. It appears as though I've already made a couple. because we're kind of starting from a weird point, I'm just going to delete the other ones. We'll have the correct answer over on this side, so we can always test the correct answer. I'm just going to delete the others. This is all of our 8.8s. So this one's our 8.6, which we already have it all relatively filled out. So I'll go ahead and save it as a preset. And we'll retag it. Change the indicator. And change the messages that would destroy it. Then we save it as a new preset. This is 8.5, so I'm going to save it over the old one. And rinse and repeat. Yeah, happy day after Thanksgiving to you too, Airtros. Logic minds. We get 8.4. Eight point three. So I do think we're going to hit a problem once we have uneven numbers here. So for example, if I'm bringing the 8.2 to the 5, I think the math is going to mess it up. But I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So like what happens when we have a maxed 5 jug and we still bring the 8 to it? So yeah, I think we're going to encounter a lot of problems with this. But that's the price we pay for making an advanced puzzle. Hollow Hill. So less than a week till you're in Miami. No hurricanes. Well, it's no longer hurricane season. So I suppose I could promise that. But yeah, I hope you have a great time. Hurricane Halfd0rk. Oh, that sounds deadly. That sounds deadly. Did we have an 8-0 message? I think we did. Yeah, I'm already thinking about all the ways this puzzle will not work. So for example, if we have a full 5 cup and we still bring the 8.3 cup to the 5 cup, it's still going to go through with the messages. And I'm unsure how to avoid that. This might be a botched puzzle, to be honest. I think we'd have to use toggle behaviors on our spawners. but those messages are still going to be received by our plant behaviors. Which means we could probably put toggle messages on the plant behaviors too. Oh, it's a logic puzzle. Halfd0rk, what is the event in Miami? If you have a wall nearby, you can bang your head on it. True, Maxi. Oh, it's too far. I should move my desk closer to the wall. Hi, Fashul. Welcome. Fashul? Art Basil. Ah. Wish. Brain no work today. Oh no, Panda. Hey, Sparky Snickle. Good morning to you. Welcome in.
Really, on a scale of 1 to 10,
You are an 11. Now, turning on and off a plant behavior. That's what we're about to try. So, plant behaviors, if you're unaware, is just a secondary way to kill an asset. And honestly, it's a more efficient way because it doesn't have an animation, a health component, which is the same kill way for like a melee enemy. Those all have a one message to kill, so a singular way, or by attacking. And then you could also see an animation when you kill them. So it's like a little explosion. So with the plant behavior, it's instantaneous, and you can customize it where there's multiple messages that destroy an asset. So, we're going to attempt to have the toggle behavior, and see if that will turn off and on. So we'll go ahead and have it toggled off. And so if I bring this asset, I'm first going to save my progress. Because you never know what crashes Game Maker these days. So, by bringing this to my detector messages, it's not going to kill it. So right now I have a message that is spitting out the spawn message. However, this is an 8.0, and it's waiting for these messages. So what happens if I turn it on? Now the behavior's on. Should be this one here in the back, which removed it. Is this one detecting? So we can see it's sending out the 8.0-5. And we'll try it one more time by turning it off. And so this is the plant behavior, but it's off. So if I bring it over here, it's not destroying it. So we might have found a solution to our problem. One thing that would help me is having each of these state, you know, what they're doing. And I should have done that when I set them up. But for now, I guess we're playing blind. We're making the puzzle blind. Dorky land. Yeah, 97A, that is the best thing to do in Orlando. Hands down. Cheers to that, Sparky. Got my coffee too. See you soon, Maxi. Thanks, Nene. Hey, sometimes you need that much coffee. Okay, so our plant behavior works. However, we need to customize it a little bit more efficiently. And, unfortunately, we only are limited by 3 messages per toggle behavior. So what would toggle this on and off? Well, if it spawns, Right now I'm doing some problem solving, so forgive me. Let's work with this one, the 8.4. So let's say this spawns right here. Hey, Beasting! What's happening? Welcome in. No worries, Beasting. And if you got any questions for me, as a, game maker related, feel free to ask. Happy to go on tangents and explore mechanics. So if this spawns, and let's say I have a full cup over on this side, that means if I bring it over there, it shouldn't be destroyed. It should not send out the same kill message. So basically this message would not be working. So if I'm spawning a cup, how do I send out the off message? And how do I send out the on message? That's the problem. Oh, easy. I think I need to be... Oh my gosh. Like, I'm just adding more problems to the problem. But I would have detectors that would spawn in and out based on what cup is currently available. So, for example, instead of seeing all of these green detectors, you would only see like 2 per square, because those are the only 2 options that we have. So, ugh. Which, I mean, is a solution. That is one way to do it. Hey, Keeper Top Shot, good morning. Or good afternoon, or good evening.
Oh, hey! Keeper Top Shot from Twitch.
What's up?
And so Beasting asks, why does it keep crashing? It's a good question. I wish I had an answer for you. So, spawning detectors, that means we're going to have more messages, more asset spawners, just to make this one puzzle work, and logistically that is not a good thing. So that would mean, like, this entire puzzle would then have double all of these detectors. So we're looking at, like, 100... No, not 100, but under 100 assets. Oh gosh. Like, I'm just imagining all the things I have to do to make this puzzle work. I mean, I could just keep making the tagged items, I suppose, and then we can take it from there. Because that still needs to be done. Did I not save the 8-0? Here's the 8-0. Well, I guess we keep going until we hit the brick wall then. Got 5 full. So these are going to be spawning. On this message. We'll preemptively add the toggle behavior to each one. Oops. Looks like we already had a 5.5. Oh, that was an option as well. We could put the speaker messages inside of each. So that means we're parenting each of our cups to another detector. But what good would that do us? I don't think that does us any good. Fred! Buying a coin. Thanks, Fred. Who else bought one? A Noisy Noob! How's it going? Thanks, Noisy Noob. Who did this to you? I mean, this can still be a fun puzzle if we get it right. Literally take a gamer, like, 10 seconds to solve, and me, the game maker, 4 days. 4 days to make it. Escape Room Artist, also buying one. Thanks, dude. Made sure to write it down. At 0.4, looks good. Muchos gracias. Oh, keeper top shot, nice try. Not falling for that one again. Now we're making 5.3. So I think if we have the 5.0s, we should just make them non-pickable. That might save us a few messages. So for example, if you have an 8.0, and a 5.5, and a 3.3, the 8.0 is just not pickable, so you can't pick it up, you can't bring it to other ones. I mean, if it's empty, it won't do anything either. Also, I think all of them should be given a health component to where they respawn here. The plant behavior is going to remove them completely anyway, but a health component could be given if they like walk outside of the area. I'll worry about that later, because that won't be too difficult to add. So this is our 5.2. Did we already save it as a preset? Yes, we did. I'll just save it again, just in case. Here's our 5.1. We're gonna have this cool interactive world, and then there's just gonna be a random water jug puzzle. It's like cyberpunk samurai theme, and then you have this out of place puzzle where you have to give 2 villagers water. Yeah, it makes sense. But I can preemptively give each one of these a health component. The way they'll work is when they're destroyed, it'll respawn to the tag. We're going to be making tags that allow them to spawn directly where they were. So this will be water.3. Right now, we're not going to set this up, but we can preemptively put it there, so that's fine. Check, check, check. This all looks fine. And then the tag. Yeah, maybe go to your neighbor. Good point, Blue Tulip. I think we'll make it work. I think it's just funny how much time I have to spend on this little puzzle to make it work. Did we make 3.2? Yeah, we did. So now we're making 3.1. A good suggestion. How's the puzzle coming? Good question, Mark. How does it look like it's doing? Overall, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff we have to do to make this work. It's certainly a challenge, and I do think it's doable. This might, you know, take longer than I first considered. We should also say, instead of 0 filled, it should just say empty. Also, I'd probably make this red colored. Okay, so all of our puzzles are currently ready to work on. Not really ready, but you get the idea. So let's take a look at it. It's like you're seeing the Grail. The Holy Grail 987A. How come this one's not showing the empty message? Oh, it's because it has the health component. So if you didn't know, your indicator component would be hidden. So basically, if you have this set to hidden on the health component, it's also going to hide their indicator name. So you do have to have on hit, or perhaps even always, in order for it to show the name here. You might have to set this to always, which is kind of annoying. Does that change anything with our puzzle? Well, to make it resettable, yes. So for now, I will reset, you know, that health component scenario. Which means I should take these out. Just remove the health components that we said were gonna help us. They didn't help. But that's okay. Easy to fix. You're MIA for one day and feel so out of the loop. Well, Sparky, we started on this yesterday, but we're essentially making this puzzle, the water pouring puzzle. And so it's good to reference this Wikipedia, that's why I keep pulling it up. But starting state of a standard puzzle is a jug with 8 units of water, and then we have 2 empty jugs of 5 and 3. So we have to pour the 8 to capacity into each one of these until the 2 biggest ones have 4 in each one. So, for example, if we pour into the 3, we still have a 5 and a 3. And we pour the 5 and the 5, we have a 0, 5, 3. And we have to do some math here. So we'd probably do, like, put the 3 back in the 8. 5 back in the 8. Oh my gosh. It's already a difficult puzzle. Trying to recreate it in the Game Maker is even worse. But here's the common solution. Is you put the 8 into the 5, you have a 3. You put the 5 then into the 3 to give the 5 a 2. Then you put the 3 into the 8 to get 6. Put the 2 in the 3. Put the 6 into the 5. What up? Hey, what's up? Hey, oh, 24K. I would do. And welcome back from the store, Maxie. What'd you get? We also need the 8-0 to start with. So ideally, if I bring it to any of these 5 empties, it should respawn it and give me an error message. So I will probably make the sound effect real quick. I don't think I have my sounds turned on right now. But this will help put things in perspective, I hope. This will be all of our 0 messages. There was 6 total. How was your turkey day? Mine went really well. It was a small family gathering. Uncle, grandma, brother and his girlfriend, and my parents. But it went well. Did you celebrate? Have a little turkey day yourself? Do. We're gonna have a lot of spawners set up as well. So basically, this section will have 8 spawners, 5 spawners, 3 spawners, because we're spawning the relative cup. So we'll go ahead and set these up. We can see we have spawners set to each one of our numbers. We have to set up the correct messages. This is spawning 8.3, which means we need a 3.3 to 8, or we need a 5.3 to 8. So this is where the math comes in. My least favorite part. Right? And we'll probably have multiple messages too. For example, when we get one wrong, like the 8.0. How do we turn it off? That's the big problem here. Like if I bring a full cup to a full cup, it shouldn't be spawning again. That's going to be the huge hurdle that is going to be very difficult to work around. We needed 9 here, so it was 8.0 all the way up to 8.8. Save our progress. Well, guys, it is almost 9 o'clock. So right now is a good opportunity to polish off our marbles. Get them ready for a race. Skadoosh. Had a Pokemon Go day. That sounds fun. A good reason to get out of the house for sure. So, this is a warning call for anybody that wants to participate in a marbles race, which, if you are aware, is Care Bear giveaway weekend. So today we are revealing who wins the Care Bear based on,
Look over here.
you know, the weekly winnings. It's a local leaderboard. We've already raced 8 times. 2 more races today.
Hi there. Hey there. I'm a happy little penguin V.
Happy little penguin V. So 2 races today. We'll decide who wins the Care Bear. So I look forward to giving that one away. And you'll get to pick between 2. There's 2 Care Bears you'll be able to pick between whoever the first place winner is. Alright, exclamation point play if you guys want in. So good luck, everybody. Also, as a reminder, you all can spend your creator points, creator coins, in our shop. So here's a brief idea of what the shop looks like. 10 cost. So it says custom NFT. That would also be the D&D. So if anybody wants to play D&D, that's how much it would cost to enter into one of our games. One-ats! What's that? Welcome in. So winning 1 marbles race gets you 1 coin. That's all it takes to get that first custom welcome message. So you can see the example there, where it says, Ayo, Halfd0rk, the supreme dork. 3 will get you an AI-generated NFT. You give me a prompt, I'll plug it in, and I'll mint it and send it to you. 5 gets you a custom command, kind of like O24K here.
Can I get a oh yeah?
Oh yeah. And then 10 is the custom NFT. That's our 3D, HD 3D series. And then 20, 25, and 30, those are all Sandbox assets made by the community. So we have Left to Right, we have Sparky Snickles, Rhythms, we have OG Shakespeare's Arcade Machine, we have Panda Pop's Blue-Haired Girl, we have the Steampunk Man by Nervex, and then in the 30 section, we have these glasses for Swaco, and then Maxi Maxes, so Maxi Zero here in chat, he made a sword. So that's his epic sword at 30 creator coins. Alright, so the first race, we're about to begin. Good luck, everybody. We'll get the hype music going. Let's go! We'll take a quick gander at the racetrack. It's Gengar! Yay, Gengar! Pokemon! Oh, sorry. I love the creativity people have. Looks like Wanats and Vivox are battling for first. The V got stuck. Oh, Halfd0rk blazing a path. Getting stuck on an obstacle, though. Ooh, Mark. Pushing on ahead. Looks like we have quite a few obstacles to overcome here. Vivox, get yourself a custom welcome message. Why not? Hey, if you want to spend your coin for it, sure, why not? So looks like Mark, who was the first to hit the obstacle here. Oh, he's getting pushed through, but Panda Pops hurdles over. Looks like we got some laser beams to avoid. More obstacles. I think falling through is the finish line. People are catching up now. Hey, Go West, what's up? There's Noisy Noob. And Vox Machina. Looks like the portal is right here, probably sending you to the finish line. Will Vox Machina make it through in time? So here's Vox Machina. Getting sent through Gengar's mouth.
Of course Vox Machina's done something like this.
Earning himself first place. I guess that's his tongue. I don't even know where the portal sends you. Oh, it looks like it ricochets you through it. That's fun. Escape from Artist missed. No! So did Noisy Noob. No! But our first place winner was Vox Machina Studios, followed by Fashul and Boxmaker Mark. So congratulations. Alright, so that's it for the races for now. Let's go ahead and make sure everybody finishes. Take your time beasting. Taking the scenic route. Score! So that's Vox Machina, Fashul, and Mark.
And you win. I'm sorry, winning.
Just winning. And so we'll be coming back to that in roughly 45 minutes. We'll be returning to Marbles. Until then, you guys get to watch me suffer in Sandbox Game Maker.
Oh no! We suck again!
Suck again!
I've lost my marbles.
Oh, no worries, Go West. I'm unsure if you'll be able to catch up in Care Bear points. We only got one more race for our Care Bear countdown. V, I always knew you were a sadist. Panda Pops, your marble is MIA forever. I just ban you. I kick you as soon as the marble race starts. That's true. Keeper Top Shot. Why are you sorry? In fact, this has been a fun challenge. For me, it just requires a lot of lateral thinking. I don't think it's too engaging to watch. And so for that, I apologize. But Keeper Top Shot, this was an excellent suggestion, so thank you.
I love lamp.
Panda, we are frenemies. Are we friends? Yes, we're also friends. But also frenemies. You can be both. So we can see here I have all my presets. So we're going to go numerically. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 0. I think we start with 0. In fact, I'm going to put 0 on this side. That's just going to make it easier. And then I can move all these down. Ironically, I probably should have done this one. Okay, so this is going to be 8-1. But yeah, this is a fun puzzle to try to create. I can't guarantee I'll be able to make it, simply because there's going to be an excessive amount of messages. And I discovered, or I should say Alex kind of discovered and shared this information with me, that there is a finite amount of messages we can use in a particular experience. Before Game Maker starts having, you know, a moment. So, if anybody wants that information, let me see if I can find it real quick. But yeah, you can't have like a million messages, you know, like there's gonna be that deadline, that, you know, finite number. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is gonna be 5. This is fine. This is fine. 3.7 and 8.8. And this one's going to be 8.0. We did kind of start building this on like the edge of the map. So I gotta be careful about where I put all my asset spawners. Panda Pops, when did this happen? What makes us frenemies? What's the backstory here, says Panda Pops. Well, Panda, it's a childhood rivalry. You're the Gary to my Ash Ketchum. You're just the, like, the next tier. You're like, I'm just Halfd0rk here. But Panda Pops is like the goddess among men. So I have to strive to be better because you exist, Panda. yeah, you're the Gary. Exactly, Panda. Panda is Gary confirmed. GG! We have 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3. And then on the opposite side, that's 3.0. So a lot of these are going to have toggle behaviors. And that's just simply so we can control, you know, the scene a little bit better. This is going to give me a headache by the end of the day for sure. What a lovely thing to say. I got Charizard. Nice, Kay. Is that the Pokemon Go variety? Or the Pokemon community game variety here on Twitch? There's too many Pokemon games to count. Has anybody tried the new one? What's it called? Scarlet and Violet? Has anybody here been playing it? 5.2. Three. 5.4. One of the few Pokemon games you haven't rushed out to play. Well, Panda, it's worth noting that this particular one has broken a lot of records. It's also incredibly buggy. So there's a lot of, I guess, drama circling it. Oh, V-Box, you bought it! Haven't gotten the chance to try. The 7-year-old stole it from me. No, that's understandable. Hogwarts Legacy. Ooh, Mark. Was there a release date announced for that yet? It does look good. Kay hasn't tried it yet. Honestly, it's like the hot fashion right now is to play that game. The hot fashion. Alright, so we have all our asset spawners set up. So now we need to set up the messages that trigger them. So a lot of extra steps here, but, you know, this is how we make the puzzle work. So each one is triggered, as in spawning the correct, you know, jar after the math is done. So this is where we get to do some math here. So to spawn 8.1, that means I need to pour in 3.1 into 8. Or 5.1 into 8. Same situation here. We've got 5.2 into 8. And 3.2. This is 3, so these are already set up correctly. So I'm basically pouring a 2 into the 8, which is empty, so it had to be an empty. 5.4 into 8. And so this option, I can't ever pour in. This is where the serious math comes in. So now we're doing some addition here. And I think I'm going to be making custom messages for this portion. So I have to start thinking about that. So for example, if the answer or the number that results is 4, that could mean I had already put a 1 in, so it's like an 8.1 cup. And then I pour in a 3 cup, and that would make the 4. So these are going to be new messages that we create. But I'm right now setting up the old messages, which are alternative ways. So this would be the 5.5 into 8. And then the rest of these are addition. So the rest of these, I could just remove these, because we don't have like a 5.6. So the addition is going to have its own set of messages. Great. So now we have 0.1. Is that correct? 3 and 8. Oh no. Addition is serious math. Honestly, it's because we're doing it like chronologically, but also, what am I thinking? Modularly? Like doing addition in a modular way? Like this is like 4D chess, and I have never played 4D chess. Excuse me. So these are all spawning messages. When detecting the relative. So 5.5 spawns 5.5 minus 3. Because, and this is, again, me rationalizing it, our progress so far, we're bringing the 5.5 cup over. When we bring it over, we're doing a minus 3. So we can see 5.5, which is the same tag that's being detected, minus 3. So when that happens, I'm spawning number 3. So we're setting up that message. So 5.5 minus 3. We would do the 8 as well. But the problem therein is I'm able to use every single message above 8. So it'd be 8.3, 8.4, 8.5, 8.6, etc. So like you can get this puzzle incredibly wrong. That's the problem. Like you can keep mix matching these cups for the rest of your life if you want to. And that's why we have all of these messages, all of these detectors. Hey Roxy, how's it going, dude? Welcome in. Thanks, Escape Room Artist. Honestly, this is a puzzle just trying to solve it. You know, try to solve how to make it. So I think that's what I have to do right now. And again, we do also have to make the addition messages. And what did I set up over here? This is 8.3. I don't think this is correct at all. Wait, no, this is right. Because we're bringing... Okay, yeah, I have to take this one step at a time, to be honest. I'm also getting my green and my blue assets here a little bit confused. So, one step at a time here. We're bringing the 5.3 cup to this location. When we do, we're putting it in the 8. However, I think these spawn messages and these detect messages are a little bit mixed up. So if this is 5.3, that means it'll be one of these. 5.3. Is there zeros on the back? So 5.3 is sending out this message. 5.3, 8. Which is fine. So long as our 8 is currently set to 0. So if our 8 is set to 0, we're basically putting the 3 lines of water. So there's 1, 2, 3. So 3 lines of water inside of our 5 cup. We're putting it in the 8 cup. That's fine as long as the 8 cup is empty. But let's just say the 8 cup already had some water in it. That's where the addition comes in. And that's where things get a little bit more difficult to put into message format. However, this is correct. These messages would in fact spawn our 8.3. So again, we're moving the 0.3 basically into the bigger cup. So these messages are fine. However, the new problem is if we bring the 5.3 over and there's already water in the cup. So if that's the case, I need a whole new set of messages that is able to handle that math. And I don't think I'm ready to make that at all. I don't think I'm ready to make. Because we're talking dozens of messages each. Just for all of the finite ways to do that math. So 8.0 plus 3, 1 plus 2, and then backwards. So 2 plus 1, 3 plus 0. Man, this is difficult. Yeah, Connect 4 games sounds difficult too. Pizza for everyone, Roxy. As long as it's Hawaiian. Please and thanks.
Pizza time.
Pizza time. Okay, so... Alright, now let's go ahead and try to solve this addition problem. This is what we've been talking about the last 15, 20 minutes. How do I make that addition register? How do I tell the game maker, hey, you're adding... So let's just kind of set up a little example. Let's say I have the 8.1 cup. I have a 5. So again, we do have 8 total water, so we want to at least set up a proper solution here. So this is the 5.4, we have a 3.3, and we have an 8.1. So how do I tell the game maker that bringing the 3.3 to the 8 allows it to understand oh, 3 plus 1 equals 4. So this is our potential solutions. So I'm going to set these into a meta space. These are potential solutions. And then 3.0, so that's the outcome once we move the water. So how do I tell the game maker that picking up 3.3, bringing it to 8.1 makes 8.4, and as a result makes 3.0? So I think we're going to be setting up detectors all around each one of our cups. So the detector will understand, and it's going to be sending out a message on a very short depth delay. So detect entity, it's essentially detecting itself. Hi Garnican, welcome in. In about 20 minutes, everybody, we'll be doing our last race. Until then, I'm doing math. So auto hide delay is going to be super short, and there's a reason for that. For this particular example, we're sending out a message, 8.1. So our detector is constantly acknowledging, hey, 8.1's here, 8.1 is here, 8.1 is here. And so that's going to have unique messages that allows us to do the math. So it's essentially sending out a message that says, if you bring 3.3 to us, you're going to spawn 8.4. Or it will also say, if you bring 5.4 to us, it'll spawn 8.5. So it's doing that math preemptively in a way. And so that message, this one here, is kind of broadcasting the enabling message. So I think pretty much all of our detectors or I should say all of our spawners are going to be initially off, and there needs to be like an off reset, so that way I can turn everything on when it needs to be on. So for example, in this particular use case where I have 5.4, I have 8.1, and I have 3.3, I essentially have 2 options per cup. So that would mean out of all of my asset spawners, only 2 spawners per are going to be enabled. Because I only have 2 options. Like I can only bring this cup here or here. I can only bring this cup here or here. And I can only bring this cup here or here. And so that means multiplicatively, that gives me a total of 6 combinations, right? So 3 times 2, if I'm doing that correctly. And I can't really expect any help with this because right now I'm kind of just brute force brainstorming. Brute force brainstorm, that's like a double entendre in a way. That's what I'm doing though. Brute forcing my way through it. But no, that honestly sounds like a reasonable solution to our problem. So essentially, I'm enabling 2 asset spawners per cup And so that would mean if I were to bring over this cup, only the correct asset spawner would work. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah. So that means we need to set up those detection messages, such as this one. And we're going to have quite a few. There are a lot of detection messages here. Yeah, escape room artist. I can see it. What about just brute storm? Or instead of brainstorm, it's brawn storm. Brawn. Okay. So, the detection message goes out. That detection message is enabling my options. So if I have an 8.1, that would mean that out of my cups here, and I need to have like a notepad on screen that I can type into. Maybe I can just set that up real quick. So if I have 8.1, that means, and we can adjust the font here. That I could have 5.5, 5.4, 5.3. Well, actually, if it's an 8.1, I would need to have 3.3 because this added so 5.5 and 3.3 makes 8, total. So 8 is the maximum amount of water by volume that we have in this puzzle. So that means if I have an 8.1, that I can have a 5.5 and a 3.32, or I can have a 5.4 and a 3.3. Those are literally the only options I have, plus the 8.1, because we could see here 5.5 and 3.2. So we could just ignore that first number that might be a little bit confusing. So we're basically adding up to 8 each time, no matter what. And our maximum for X can not go above 5, because it's a cup that can only hold 5 water. Y can't go above 3, because it's a cup that can only hold up to 3. But we always have to have 8 total. So Garnican says, what is the problem? Right now, the problem is being able to tell the game, like, hey, you're bringing this 8.4 cup over to the 5.4 cup. Which, ironically, that's the correct answer to the puzzle. But if I brought the 8.4 over to the 5.4, I need it to understand, like, hey, you're putting in the maximum amount. So you're putting in 5, you're now maximizing to 5.5 in the 5 cup, and then we're minusing 1 from the 8 cup. By default, the 8 cup would put 5 in, because the original 5 cup is empty, so 0. This is very hard to explain because we're breaking down a lot of things. But this makes sense. So let's use another example here. I think putting it in text actually helps a lot. So we'll do 8.4. So let's say we have 4 water in my 8 cup. That means I can have 5.1 and 3.3. I can have 5.2 and 3.2. I can have 5.3 and 3.1. I have 5.4 and 3.0. So those are all the options I could have for the other cups. For that particular combination. So that means I would enable the asset spawners for all of those. But it's also worth noting that if I have the 5.1 and the 3.3, I would also need to enable the 8.5. Because if I brought the 5.1 to the 8.4, that would give me 8.5. If I brought the 3.3 to the 8.4, that would give me 8.7. So we're getting a lot of combinations here. And this is getting more and more complicated. But I still think it's possible. I still think it's doable. This is a crazy puzzle once you break it down. So it's important to note that only one of these is potential at a time. It just depends on what is active. So I can remove these parentheses numbers. All it depends on is which of my alternative numbers other than 8.4 is active. So if I have 8.4, that means 5.1 and 3.3, if those are active, I only have two options each. You know, like if I were to add those parentheses, it looks like there's a lot of options, but it all depends on which one of these is active. Hey Paul, what's up, dude? Why use decimals in the first place? Because we're filling jugs. Honestly, the decimals probably aren't helping. I'm curious, Paul, what would you do instead? And you don't have to think too hard about this. I'm just curious. And good morning. But that's simply because we're using the portions of the 8. So for example, if it's, 8.8, that means it's a full jug. If it's 8.4, it's half full. So it's a portion of the 8. There's no easy way to make this in Game Maker. But yeah, now we're just trying to solve the addition problem. Thanks, Hillary. Answers 42. Okay, that makes sense. And Beasting suggests Miro.com. I'll check it out. Miro.com. We're making the visual. Oh, yes. This is good for organization, for sure. Okay. So, how do we enable our options? Well, depending on each of our detectors, so we're basically going to make parents out of each one of our already pre-made presets. So our 8 points, for example, each one of these we're going to be remaking, and they're all going to have this detector inside of it, which would be invisible. And it's going to send out a unique message that is enabling the options on other asset spawners. So if I have an 8.1 as an example, I actually could only fit it in the 5 section, because a 5.5 and a 3.3 equals 8. And we can't go more with 5.5, so it would be a 5.4 So that spawner would be enabled. Or yeah, but that doesn't help us. That doesn't help at all. This has been fun to think about, but it's also been frustrating because of how many loopholes I have to plug. Each time I plug one, another one opens. So, honestly, guys, I'm not sure how to proceed with this. I have enough foresight to understand, like, this is going to be a never-ending kind of equation. And I think that's because the amount of messages required might actually be pushing our limit on, like, how many messages we can put in the game. Should be fine. But I don't want to give up either. What do you guys think? Do we keep plugging away at this? This might take weeks to make. Not weeks, maybe days. But still, a long time. Is there a limit? So, I had mentioned earlier that Alex suggested a limit, and I'm looking at what he typed right now, and it's a character limit. So we might not be limited by messages themselves. We're just limited by how many characters we can put in a message. We're also limited by number of assets, but I don't think we'll approach that with my optimized lamps here.
I love lamp.
So each one of our messages are kind of like telling the rest of the game that 8.1 is active. If 8.1 is active, that means I could bring it over here, and these relative spawners may or may not receive it. Ironically, 8.1 is probably a bad example. So I'm going to change this around. We'll do 8.5. Because that's actually not helping me figure it out. Okay. Well, if we have 8.5 active, we have a whole slew of options. However, I could just be sending out a message to turn off the options that don't ever exist. So if it's 8.5, that means 5.5 won't exist, 5.4 won't exist. So those can be off. What happens if I have, a number here? So for this example, I have 5.2. And I bring over 5.5, 8.5. By bringing it, I'm left with 3 in my cup. So I then have to spawn 8.3, and I have to remove this one and spawn 5.5. 5.4. No, 5.5. Oh my god. I hate this puzzle so much. This is now the bane of my existence. Maybe I'll spend some time on it over the weekend. Confused.com. Yeah, this is it's getting a little bit too confusing. I appreciate you guys and your patience with trying to watch me understand it. But this type of puzzle just might be too difficult to recreate. There are other ways to approach it. Like, I could have placed asker behaviors. So, for example, if I had asker behaviors, let's say this was 5.4, it would say it would give me options. It would say, you know, place in the 8 cup, place in the 3 cup, and that might make things simpler. Because I wouldn't need all these detectors. Because right now I have it to be more of a physical operation. Thanks, Kay. You're good. I appreciate it. Paul says it's interesting. Well, I appreciate that too. Scrap and do something completely different. Maxie, honestly, that sounds like a good solution to me at this point. I really honestly need to think about this over, you know, like an extended period of time. And I've kind of brewed on it long enough to where we can kickstart marbles again. Garnican, you're not wrong. Once you're thinking of other things, usually that's how those problems solve themselves. Let's see here. I heard Marblaze. You're not wrong, Panda. I did say Marblaze. This is the last race for our Care Bear countdown, by the way. So you guys might want to join in on this one.
Look over here.
So calling all racers. Exclamation point play if you want in. After this, we're going to reveal our Care Bear leaderboard. And whoever has first is getting a Care Bear avatar to use in the sandbox. Keep in mind, these are valued at 100 sand. At least that's what I minted mine for. That's a pretty big prize. What Noodle 1? What's up, dude? And you'll have 2 options to pick from. And so I wish you luck, whoever you are. I'm making all your little characters fart right now. Okay. You've got 10 seconds before I start the race. GG's at VVox. If VVox gets first through third here, I think she'll be the winner. I do think there are a couple others that could take victory away from her. Oh, Julio's in. Now we can start. Good luck. All right, we're starting the hype music. And they're off. Going through the grinder. We got Jayona on the left, Foxmaker Mark on the right. Caratro's close behind, so is Wet Noodle. Oh, we got a whole obstacle course that you have to either go on the left or right of. Mark seems to have his own path here, but it might be more beneficial for other bodies to block. Oh, Caratro's skimming the top! Caratro's just riding on top of him. That's a W for Caratro's. GG. Well done. Jayona and Halfd0rk close behind. I think Jayona has a good shot at this too. Caratro's, I think this is your first W this week. So we're about to take a look at our leader board for the Care Bear Countdown. So Caratro's, you did earn yourself a creator coin from that win, so congratulations. So moment of truth. Who do you guys think it'll be? Who's it gonna be? Could be anybody. Could be anybody. So we'll go to the local board. Currently, our November leaderboard, VOX in first place, second place, Boxmaker Mark, and Fred and Ferd in third. But now, for the Care Bear Countdown, our winner is VOX! Holy cow. V in 10 races has earned 142 points. And she only won one race. So congratulations, V!
Potato.
VVV.
VOX! And so that is a cumulative first through third place wins. So V was consistently getting
Hi there. Hey there, I'm
seconds and thirds in most races,
V.
giving her a total of 142 points. Mark had 2 wins, but that wasn't enough to catch up. And so we can see here that session has only been for the last 10 races. So V participated in 10 races, Mark participated in 10 races, Halfd0rk with our third place participated in 9 races. And so this is just a total of 10 races. So big shout out to our 5 players that participated in every single race. So shout out to you, V, Mark, Keeper Top Shot, Jayonha, and Fred Ferd. Thank you very much for being here for all 10 races this week. But VOX, you get to choose between 2 different Care Bears here. So let me show you your options. So you have Care Bear number 014 with the green mohawk and the pink vest. Look at him dance, or her dance. Care Bears don't have genitalia. Or you can get the one with the flames on the paws and the flower in the hair. So this one's a little bit happy, kind of angry. So a hangry, I suppose. Or you have the shy, curious type. So you got 2 options here, V. Do you like the flame hands with the glazed over eyes, or the way too excited to be here dancy face? 0 out of 10 keeper. Better luck next time. So it's your choice. I think both look great. I mean, they're both green. Personally, I do kind of like this one. It feels more like a character. But this one definitely has a personality. Go with the angry one. Hey, good choice. So now that you've chosen this one, scrolling down, this one was actually traded to me by Keeper. So Keeper wanted a blue one I had, and I was more than happy to trade him for the green one. And so Keeper was the original owner, the original minter of this Care Bear. But yeah, congratulations, V. I'll be sending you number 104. GG! Let me write that down. So VVox 104 Care Bear. You got it. Thank you, V. Appreciate you guys for participating in this Care Bear countdown. A lot of fun. We'll be doing more giveaways like this. I think this was a fun event. Oh, and V traded with you too, Hill. That's great. So, with our puzzle here in game, I'm going to think about it over the weekend. There is a lot of logistics with turning off and on potential answers. So just to wrap up, our thoughts here. If we were to bring, a full 8-cup, or for example, this 5-cup, like, several things are going to happen. For example, this will fill the 5, spawn an 8 empty, remove both of these, spawn a full 5, and then this would obviously have its own problems as well. So, a lot going on with this puzzle. I really want to make it. That's the thing. That's the problem. But there are a lot of hurdles that we have to, jump over. Anyway, if you guys are around at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be playing Dungeons & Dragons, hopefully on this stream. I'll be sure to send out a group message to those participating. Panda Pops, have a great one. Probably going to be ending. Excuse me. So, yeah. Let's see if anybody's currently live in the Sandbox. Send them a raid. Otherwise, just going to wrap up now. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Hope you all have a great weekend if I don't see you. My. Well, yeah, happy Friday, everybody. Keep your top shot, 024K, Halfd0rk, VVox.
Do not prove me wrong.
Hey, thanks for the bits, buddy. See you, Garnican. Bye, Paul. Little Legion org. Thank you, dude. Little Legion. 9878. Catch you later. You guys are all too kind to me. Especially when the streams are as boring as me doing math. Well, I'll see you next time. Thanks for being you. Same to you, Kay. I'm glad you're you. You're a good you. See you, Caratros. Escape from Artist. Yeah, Halfd0rk, hope to see you there. D&D hopefully at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll talk with the group. Usually we start not on the dot, so I just want to make that aware that sometimes we start 15 minutes or later. So just have it on in the background around 3 o'clock. And hopefully you'll hear our voices and be able to tune in. You got your coins? Yeah, I can double check Escape from Artist. I'll be working. Sounds good, Hill. Whatever you're working on, hope it goes well. No history. But yes, I do see Escape from Artist. You sent the 10. So I can, yeah, I can get started on that. Thanks, everybody. Have a good weekend.